players, today we are going to show you some improvised weapons. They are everywhere, and if you know how to look for them and how to actually use them, they can potentially save your life. Which ones are they? We'll show you in this video, so stay till the end. First, we are going to show you some bad ideas for improvised weapons. This one is very common and you've probably seen it 1,000 times, the keys. Mostly women will say that they have keys for self-defense. They are going to put it in between their fingers and they're going to strike the attacker. Problem with this one is obvious, the time. If the attack starts from this distance, where do I have the time to prepare the keys to put them in between my fingers? I probably do not have that time, right? He'll probably hit me like 5 to 10 times before I even do it. Second one, you need to actually know how to strike. If you do not know how to strike, this is still a punch. You need to know how to throw a punch with this one. And probably the one that you didn't expect, even if you hit, there's a big possibility that the keys are going to bend and it won't have the same effect that you think. Even you can help the attacker because from this, he can create a very good leverage for your hand. If I do have the keys like this, he just needs to do this, and it creates a big and painful leverage. So now, with my improvised weapon, I even gave him advantage with this one. For us, the keys are very bad improvised weapon. So like I've said, keys are bad improvised weapon if you do not know how to use them. With this technique, it's obviously bad, but you can actually use the keys to a great advantage. For this one, you are going to pick the biggest one, the biggest key that you have, and you're going to put it in between your thumb and your other finger. What you can do with this is basically scratch pretty well. So it's going to be very painful, maybe in a situation where I'm choking. It's very good to take it out and start either poking the eyes or just slashing me completely. It's going to be very painful for me and very unpleasant. It's a bigger possibility that I will let go of the person I'm attacking when he's scratching me all over the face as opposed to hitting me once with a bad technique. Just like with Kubotan, it can be used to relieve some of the grips because it's very painful if you know how to use it. For example, here in this choke position, I'm here. He'll press it against my chest. It's of course, it has a point, so it's going to be sharp and it may release the attack. But it's not going to stop him completely. Of course, it's just to relieve the grip. Then you will have to fight. It's not like it will end. Another way to maybe use the keys could be for a distraction. When we are looking at the attacker, now he can throw the keys at me first. I will definitely either try to catch them and he can go for his weapon. My first instinct is going to be either parry the keys away or catch it completely, and that's your opportunity to grab your weapon that you want to defend yourself with. Then again, why wouldn't I draw the weapon right away? But that's just some way how to use the keys for another technique.
Or you can thinking about the bare hands. It's mean I throwing the keys and immediately continue with the hands. Because he don't expect my attack now, because he is surprised that something happened, he tried to catch something, and I immediately go. Maybe only escape and run, maybe go through and try to hit him. Maybe I have the time for draw the gun, let's say from the back or something like this, where you need a little bit more time. Maybe you more improvise, like I throw the keys and needed to make 2 steps to catch, let's say, some chair or something like this, and continue with fighting with some other weapon.
Another one would be pretty bad weapon, and it's the purse. Many problems with this one. You maybe see it in films that some lady beat up the guy with his purse, but we are not in movies. In reality, all I need to do is just block and I go close. Maybe I even catch it. This doesn't have the impact power for me. If I block, they will break my hands. It doesn't. You do not carry something like this in your purse. Then, of course, if you will put it inside, it will probably create a lot of damage. You do not carry this. With this, I won't even feel it if he hits me to the face. Even worse, if I block it or catch it, you will be in big trouble. Don't try to defend yourself with a purse. If we would try and find positive or some okay technique to use the purse, it wouldn't be with this big slashing movement, but it would be something like this. It wouldn't work, we know, but it's a better way than just do big moves. What we would recommend more is just like with the keys, just throw it to the opponent so he catches it or blocks it and then draw your actual weapon or use other improvised weapon. Because with this, you truly can't do any damage to stop the attacker. With the technique I just showed you, maybe the advantage could be the element of surprise because we are going to be very far. So now I don't expect anything coming. I know that he can kick me, hit me, but that's where this can come. and use it for the escape. But like we said, it's not enough to stop me. It will just distract me for a moment. That's where you need the element of surprise. Otherwise, don't try it. Another very bad improvised weapon would be the belt. For most of the systems, you can see that they use it for some leverages or blocking. It would look something like this. It's better if I go like this, because otherwise, why would it work? I go here, he blocks, so they use it for blocking the knife. After that, what they try and do, it's supposed to look something like this. He catches it, goes around the arm, and then uses it to choke me. Can you imagine doing a little girl, lady, or even grown man this in the heat of the action with all the dynamics? I'm not even talking about attacker is attacking me and I try to take the belt off. This is just a whole bunch of nonsense. If you would try this...
Try it on the training, please, with the real time. We will see.
Yeah. How to use the belt correctly. We are going to completely skip over the fact that you were taking 1 minute to take off the belt. Let's say we are prepared and we do have it. We would not recommend you to do it like we showed you earlier, but it would look something like this. Depending on the ending of the belt, it will depend how much it actually hurts. We now have these smaller ones. It will definitely hurt. The problem would be if I do close the distance and I get hit and we're over here, it's going to be almost useless. The thing here, what we can do is have it wrapped around our hand 3 times. So then I think I have the distance, and then he puts it on 2, and now the distance is a lot bigger. And just like with the purse, the strikes would be something like a whip, not big slashes or something like this. The problem there would be closing the distance. I can just block it. If it connects to the face, it's going to hurt a lot, but we need to stop the attacker, not just hurt him. We would use it like this, but it's definitely not something that we would recommend you. So we are now getting to good improvised weapons. For us, it would be first one, the head, not in a literal sense of hitting him with the head, but it can be used very good for distraction. Not one attacker will expect anything happening with the head. This is a very good one. Why? Because there's almost no wind-up. He can just take it and throw it at me right away. You should train even this, because in the heat of the situation you can mess up a lot of things. But like we showed you now, it's very good for distraction. Whilst I'm grabbing the head or got hit with it, he will go for his weapon. In full, it will look something like this. And now the main weapon is open. He used improvised weapon to get to his real weapon. The head is a very good one. You should train it.
Or again, you can thinking about the bare hands. It's the same like the key. I only throw, and I now have the space for hit him without no defense, no cover himself. So it's an easy way how to make some advantage for escape or for hit.
Another very good improvised weapon would be a book. We already did a video where we go in depth how to actually use the book and how to use it even against knives or some sticks. But we are going to link you to this video because there was a lot of time to just talk about the book. So if you want to know how book can save your life, definitely go to that video and check it out. First, a very good improvised weapon would be a magazine. What do you mean? Well, we are going to roll it, so it's definitely going to look like a telescopic baton, which for us is the best self-defense weapon. And with this one, either if you would hold the telescopic baton or the magazine, it's almost the same. So the same movements he would do with baton, he can do with the magazine. And if you're thinking, oh, that can't hurt, I would advise you to just try rolling the magazine and take 1 hit to the hand. It hurts, believe us. It can break bones in your hand, and it can definitely even take your teeth out of your mouth. Pierre definitely knows how, so that's why we say magazine is a very good weapon. Another point, he can take it anywhere. Concert, planes, even if they would be searching him, it's still a magazine. Even if it would be rolled, I would expect, yeah, that's definitely a weapon. Magazine, a very good improvised weapon. Very good thing about magazine is that it has long end and a short end. And if you don't want to go through the process of rolling it mid-attack, you can prepare it with something like this, so it will always be ready. And then, once you have it done, you can put it into a backpack and you can carry it basically anywhere, because like we said, no one will ever suspect this is a weapon. He puts it into the bag and now he has it everywhere with him. And he's already prepared, so he doesn't need to roll it. It will be completely ready for the attacker and for you to strike him. Another good improvised weapon is a pencil. They're everywhere, so you can get to them very easily. And basically, if you have a little experience with kubotans, it can be a good weapon for you. We already talked about kubotans in previous videos, but we are going to talk about the pencil now. It's almost the same. For example, pressure points. So if I am choking, he can use it very good for escaping the grip, maybe even a couple more. both pressure points, great, but he can of course penetrate with it. If he opens it, he can penetrate the skin. Imagine if he would go for maybe the eye, maybe the neck. He can even kill me with a pencil. Beer knows about 30 ways how to kill someone with a pencil, but that's for another video. So it can be a very destructive weapon. Take into consideration that we are not talking about a tactical pen. We are talking about a normal pen that you would find. It can break between 5 to 50 strikes. For self-defense, it's completely enough. But keep in mind that it can break. Pens are not made for striking. Just like we showed you, pressure points and penetration can be a very good and painful self-defense weapon. Improvised weapon number 5 would be the chair. What do you mean chair? Well, even in a case where I do have a knife, he's going to be in an advantage. Why? Let me show you. It's going to create a distance between us, and now I have to get through this. Once I get in and this hits me, it's going to create a lot of brain trauma for me. To even get close somewhere here is going to be very hard. Even he can strike, maybe he can just go through me and push me with the chair. Chair is a very good self-defense weapon, including if I have a knife. He's now in the advantage because he does have the reach. If you get hit with this, it hurts a lot. We haven't found yet how to safely train full strikes with chair, so we're still looking for it, but if you have some idea, let us know in the comments. But definitely you can use a chair for a very, very good self-defense weapon. You need to avoid one mistake while using a chair, because many people, when they hold it like this. And now I have a clear path here to go through the chair. One point needs to be aiming at my head, and another one will be aiming for my tummy. So now when I get close, I get hit from 2 points. Even if, for example, one would miss, it doesn't matter. It still keeps me away. Or you can use the chair just for some extra obstacle to get through me. Because if he's going to use it as an obstacle, either to put it before him and run away, or he can basically just throw it at me, just like we did with the keys, just like we did with the purse. It can be very good. You need to take into consideration that you need to pick a chair that you are actually able to lift and strike, because if it's going to be too heavy, it will make you a bigger problem than it will actually help you. So we need to actually even train this. You need to be accustomed to what chair can I actually lift and strike. If you know how, and you have at least a little bit of training with this, it can be a very destructive weapon. There's 1 million improvised weapons that we haven't talked about in this video. For example, maybe how can I use a pen for my self-defense? Maybe it can be something like a bottle. Another great idea. Maybe a keyboard, because I have it with me. You can use almost everything as an improvised weapon. Let us know in the comment section maybe which ones do you want to see and how would we actually use it in SORUDO. You are more than welcome. We are very interested in what weapons do you want to see being used. Definitely share this video with as many people as you can, because you don't know when they might actually use this video and use some of the weapons that we showed you today. Maybe they will stop using the bad ones that we showed you, or at least use them the correct way, or they can use the ones that we showed you. They are actually good. Like the video if you agree with us, and subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos like this. We thank you for watching. Think more, train better, and we'll see you next time.